Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hypergamous Journey. My name is Denise. At this channel, we discuss dating advice for women 55 and older. I recently did a 4-part series on relationships because one of my viewers / subscribers requested it. And her question was, can you do a video on relationships? And I gave a very overview of relationships that end in marriage. And I disclaimed it by saying that this is based on my personal experience with dating and what advice I would give someone if they were to want to get married. So if I were married, these are the things that I would do, or if I had experienced marriage, these are the things that I would do, and basically pretty much acquiesce. And as far as dating, I gave advice on what I would not do, because that's what I've actually experienced. I've done more dating in my life than almost living. So anyway, this video is inspired by a TikTok video on one of Steve Harvey's mini shows. And that, I guess it's his relationship show, which I never watched until TikTok started putting them in my feed. And so the woman is an African-American woman, 53 years old, in a 12-year relationship with a man who she, I think, calls her boyfriend. So if she's in a 12-year relationship with a man and she's 53, then that meant she started dating him when she was 40, 41, 42, and she's 53 now. And he recently left her for a younger woman. And I thought, the only person or woman who would last in a relationship for 12 years, I think he left her a couple of times in that 12 years. Or maybe, more accurate would be to say they broke up, because we don't know who left who or who broke up with who. But at some point in that 12 years, they stopped seeing each other for a couple of times. But this time she's talking about he left her for a younger woman, that he came back, she accepted him back, and then he left again for a younger woman. And Steve Harvey says, well, what woman, mature woman at your age, would be with someone for 12 years? And the answer is many. Many women are in long-term relationships with men for 10 plus years. I mean, 10 plus years is long term, but I would say anything past 3, 3 and above is a long-term relationship, because I would give it like 1 year you're figuring each other out. The second year you're planning the marriage. But what I've discovered is that mature women in this woman's age group, and some women in their 40s, or some women who have children who've never been married, they don't know if they want to be married. I have a couple of women relatives who are in their 40s and who have children. So they have children, but they never married their children's father. They don't know. I asked and they said, well, I'm not really sure. And I want to wring my hands and say, well, get sure. Either you do or you don't, but get sure. Because then you can stop wasting your time with people or men who don't want to do it. But I can't say it to them because they don't want to listen to me. And maybe it's because they're looking at my life. I've never married and I've never had children. Well, the reason why I never had children was because I never married. I did not want to be a single mother. And I've said that many, many times. People would say, well, you're not married and you don't have children. You don't want to get married? It's like, yeah, I would like to get married. You don't want children? Yes, I would like to have children, but within the context of marriage. I've watched too many women suffer, struggle in raising their child or their children alone. I mean, no child support whatsoever. I've watched too many women do it, and I didn't want that for myself. So I said, if I'm not married, I'd rather just be childless. I'd just rather be childless. Would I have chosen something different if I'd have known that at 61 I would still be unmarried and dating? Maybe, but then maybe not. Maybe not. I just didn't want that kind of life for myself. I felt like it's enough trying to take care of me, myself, and I, and add another little one to the bunch wouldn't be good. And I didn't know how to be a mother. I grew up in the days of, quote, beatings, spankings, hittings. That was discipline. You know, all of this time out in the corner, like, you know, the nanny and the super nanny time out in a corner, that was unheard of. You better sit down and shut up, or you better eat the food that I prepared, or eat nothing. You don't get choices here. So that's the parenting I received. So I figured I would just pass it down, and who knows what kind of adult that would lead to. I turned out all right, but who knows what my child would have turned out like. So I didn't want to do that by myself. So this woman, I could feel her pain. She's invested this time, 12 years of her life into this man who ups and leaves. Now, I feel that had she married him and he decided to up and leave, she could divorce and get something out of the deal. And that's what one of the benefits of marriage is, some kind of financial security. And especially if he is the primary breadwinner. But let's say, according to this channel, if he's on an equal playing field with you, well, maybe you can split whatever you've accumulated together 50-50. But when you're just involved in a relationship with someone, she didn't say if they were living together or they maintained separate households. I'm just not going to do that. Now, I didn't know many things when I was younger. But one of the things I was not going to do was live with someone. I tried it for 3 months when I was 32. I was 28. We can forgive a lot of things we're in our 20s, whether it's early, mid, or late. I was about 28 or so. Yeah, because I graduated college at 23. I moved there for 4 years. So about 27, 28 years old. And I had a guy live with me for 3 months, and he was getting on my nerves. So it was just a matter of time before I asked him to leave. And I knew not to get an apartment where we co-signed together because I wanted my place for me. And when I got tired of a person, or him, because I only lived with that one person my whole life. I mean, you know what I mean. I only lived with one person in my 20s, 28, 27, 28, around there. And for 3 months, and then I put him out. So there were certain things that I just knew. I wanted my own place with my name on it. So if anything went wrong, he would leave and I would still have my place. So I did a lot of that crazy nonsense that kids are doing in my 20s. Yeah, and that's where you grow and you learn and you experiment. But when you are in your 40s and long-term relationships, this is my advice to women. Before you go into a relationship with any man, know what you want. Do you want marriage or do you want a long-term boyfriend-girlfriend relationship? You decide. I don't care. For myself, is marriage. Know what you want and govern yourself accordingly. Marriage provides stability, not only financial stability, emotional stability as well. You can build a partnership together of emotions. When he's feeling bad, you know him. You know what to do to make him feel better. When you're feeling bad, he can do the same for you. If you have children from previous marriages or relationships, you can do your best to create a blended family. Will it be easy? No, but still, that's a level of emotional commitment to each other. When you're living with a man, there is some emotional commitment there, but you both know in the back of your mind, this is going to be easy to leave. And when you're ready, either one of you can just up and leave. So my biggest concern for women in long-term relationships who are not married is get clear about the kind of relationship that you want. And again, govern yourself accordingly. If you're okay to be living with him 10 or 15 years, 20 years down the road, all right. But just know this, that when he gets sick and a decision has to be made, you cannot make it because you are not his wife, his next of kin. You're his girlfriend or his woman. You're not his legal wife. So if he gets sick, if he has adult children or his ex-wife, his mama, his sister, brother, whoever's living, his adult children, they will make the decision for him about how to proceed with his care. And it may be uprooting him from your home and taking him to another state, another city, another place of residence within the same city. The other thing is life insurance policies. He could put your name on them, but probably more than likely he won't, because generally speaking, men are not good with that kind of detail-oriented stuff. Unless you and him have a specific conversation and you sit down with him and he specifically signs off for you to get a death benefit when he dies. If not, it'll probably go to his children. And any of his possessions that were in your home will go to his children or his next of kin. And if the house is his and your name is not on the deed is different from mortgage. If your name is not on the deed to the home, it will be given to his next of kin, forcing you to leave. And if there's nothing in writing that says, if anything happens to me, the home goes to you, the living girlfriend, you got to go when the people tell you to leave, next of kin. That could be in a week, that could be in 2 days, that could be in 24 hours. Now, you can fight them for it by going downtown to the eviction landlord and tenant place and, try to get some time. But they might give you a week or two. And they were like, well, ma'am, you were like a tenant and the lease has expired because the man is dead. So, and then, if he leaves the house to you and it's on the deed, you got to deal with those children and the relatives fighting you about it. So if you are setting up a household like a married couple, just damn it, get married. Stop pretending. Get married. If you are setting up a household like a married couple, just get married. And I have relatives who say, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And they know that when the man dies, that they might have to get out quickly. They already got a place of their own because they renting out their house. That's good. They have a place of their own because they're renting out their own home. They're not looking for, some kind of insurance benefit. They're good. I don't have to have that. So, I'm just saying, know what you're getting into, know what you want, and govern yourself accordingly. That's all I'm saying. If you like this video or any of my others, please like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next one. Bye.